Many patients are often unsure where to go for treatment after a sports injury, car accident, or slip. Available 6 days a week to treat you by providing long-term relief through addressing the cause of the injury and not just treating the symptoms. Daily stress to the body causes the spine to misalign, resulting in poor posture and poor nerve flow. Dr. Klein provides a relaxing environment where the clinic focuses on strengthening and healing both muscle, soft tissue, and realigning the bones. We are located at 1601 Clintmore Road in Boca Raton. Call now, 561-988-1998.
Welcome to the 2-Minute Warning, a sports talk platform that will examine current issues in the world of sports, the athletes, and the communities they impact. With your host, former NFL star Benny Blades. Benny will be speaking with both current and former athletes, asking the questions about the lessons they've learned on their journey and how they impact the community. Call into the show now at 888-565-1470. Mr. Blades, are you ready?
I am ready for another fun-filled week. I'm your host, Benny Blades, with the 2-Minute Warning. And you can reach me at 2-Minute Warning with Benny Blades at gmail.com. Please call in the show at 888-565-1470. Before I get to my guest tonight, I was kind of in a real somber mood today because I tell people all the time, hug your kids, love your kids, make sure you cherish your kids. Right now my thoughts goes out to a young 7-year-old young man, if everybody's watching the news, they got shot in the head. And because I work with kids on a daily basis at the park and at the school, it really hit home to me because it brought back a memory that I had just recently when I was talking to a second grader. And he visibly told me, Mr. Blades, it's okay if somebody gets shot. They can come back to life the next day. And these are the things I try to impress upon parents. If you have a gun, or if you have kids that have vivid imaginations in dealing with guns, please keep those guns safe and secure. Because now there's a young man who's fighting for his life that a tragic accident that could have been avoided. So please, parents, if you're like me and my wife and you have concealed weapon permits, please make sure those firearms are locked away, that these young kids, because to me, their perception of reality is skewed because they watch too many violent shows, they play too many violent video games. And these kids really think that their friends can come back to life in the next screen. And I'm just happy right now to introduce, I've had brothers on the show, I've had friends on the show, and I was just talking, I'm glad now I have a dietitian cook on the show. I am welcome and pleased to have Chef Irene come on the show because it is 4th of July weekend. Everybody's gonna be grilling, doing all kind of things. And I tell people I couldn't put meat on the grill. My wife told me I made one of the best steaks she's ever had a couple of weeks ago, Chef. Yeah. And I didn't know what I did differently. Maybe it's in the preparation of the whole thing. And you're gonna share with our guest today because I was sharing with you before we got on the show, because you deal with a lot of athletes that you prepare food for. And I told you, who prepared food for me was Little Debbie. it was a little different back then.
A little bit different.
A little bit different. So everybody, welcome Chef Irie to the Benny Blades 2-Minute Warning Show.
Thanks for having me. Awesome.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself, Chef.
Oh man, what do you want me to tell them?
Well, first of all, before you get into that, here's a young man that has a degree. This is one of the things I in talking to the chef and reading his bio, I said, how do you have an architectural degree from the University of Florida? But we know it's all about that you. Forever about that you. But he has an architectural degree, but he's a chef. How did that happen?
Oh man, so that's the story. You know, I've told that story, and it's good when I get a chance to tell a story. But like a lot of people who've gone through changes in their life, that was a change that I felt needed to happen. I went to UF, did all the cool stuff, parties, did the curriculum, was good at it, came out, started working, for a number of years. But when you come out and there's something that's missing, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And I went back to all the things that I was doing when I was in college. So I went and talked to my friends, and I was like, what do you think I should do? And, from listening to them in college saying, you should give this cooking thing a try, and me denying that even existed. And I went back and thought about that, and I said, all right, maybe we should give this cooking thing a try. And I applied to Johnson & Wales. And it's funny that you should ask me that question, because my alma mater, Johnson & Wales, that I got my culinary degree from, they will be closing their North Miami campus next year. Oh. And all of this because of the circumstances that we're going through for COVID. But I applied there and they accepted me, and as I said, the rest is history. And I've been able to do a lot of things because of cooking, because of food. I met cool people like you.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
We've done, some different events over the years. But what most notably, I've been able to do cooking shows. So I have done 2 seasons of a cooking show, and so big props to Taste the Islands. That's the name of the show. Okay. And it was the first Caribbean cooking show on American Public Television, local PBS stations, Create TV, all Caribbean, Jamaican cast, and myself included as a chef the first season, the camera guy, the producer, Khalib Thompson, everybody. And I've been able to travel. And also, you being an athlete, football player, I've been able to cook for different types of athletes.
Okay.
Football players, basketball players, other athletes. I've cooked for other celebrities and entertainers. I've cooked for regular people.
Speaking of that, Chef, people really don't know the difference between when you're cooking for a football player as opposed to a basketball player. What are some of the differences?
Well, it depends. So a lot of it depends a lot on the actual athlete themselves. And one of the things that I've done in the past and had the opportunity and the privilege to do is speak with the nutritionist that's on staff with the pro team. So sometimes
nutritionist.
Yes, the nutritionist. yes. The people who are involved in that athlete's life, the daily things that happen. So you want to get a good idea as to what their plan of action is, because you may have a football player that wants to lose a little bit of weight, or he may want to gain a lot of weight, 20, 30 pounds, what have you. So that diet is different. And then now you have a basketball player who wants to stay lean. So their diet is different. But a lot of athletes, though, you're cooking to what they like, but you have to also, in your mind, pay attention to what a lot of their nutritional needs are. When you run up and down the court, you're burning a lot of calories, you're burning a lot of sodium. So you need to find ways to replace those things.
So if you were cooking for me, Mom, it would have been frustrating because I was gonna order pizza, I was gonna eat Little Debbie's, I was gonna do all those things and just frustrate you. And this guy's not eating right.
Right.
Because you brought in this beautiful salad. Please explain to these people. Anybody that really knows me.
They don't have any Little Debbie's in there, that's for sure.
I'm not a salad guy.
That's all right, but I brought something that was healthy. So, today's, we're going into the 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
And so a lot of people are either going, I don't want to say a lot of people are. Some families who are staying together, they're probably going to be barbecuing at home with the family and stuff like that. But when I'm doing meals, for my clients, even for myself, so it's summertime, so you want to think a little differently, a little lighter, right. So salads are sometimes cool, may not be the only dish that's on the menu for dinner, but or for lunch. This might be a good dish for lunch, so you have some shrimp. It's a mango peach salad with shrimp. So it's got mango, peach, avocado, tomatoes, some watercress, tomato, onions and all that good stuff with a mango vinaigrette, and we have some some jumbo shrimp. We just put that together. It's nice and cold. You can dust that off real quickly. And of course, summertime, 4th of July, some cervezas or something like that.
It ain't got none of those Jamaican spices in it, right?
No, and I know that you are terribly afraid of spicy. So I did not make it spicy today for you, Benny, because I know you're going to try it. I was like, Benny, was the last time I made something, you're like, Chef, that jerk is about to...
Oh, man. I tell people all the time, for a big, robust guy like myself.
Yeah.
Now, you don't mind me.
Go ahead. Take a shrimp.
Look. For me, that's about the only thing I'm gonna eat out of that salad. I'm gonna eat all the shrimp. So, if you're having something over to your house, invite me. Nothing spicy. Mm-hmm. Seafood is wonderful. Yeah. This guy is an amazing cook. But I tell him all the time, all that spices, I can't do. So
we need to have you go spend like a weekend in Jamaica, man.
So while we go to commercial break, me and my gut, we're gonna eat all the shrimp out of his salad. So commercial break, and I'm gonna devour this salad. I'll be right back. Keep going. All right, welcome back. And like I said, see, my gut is expanded another 2 inches because this young man right here can really, really, really cook. I am gonna get him and my last week's guest together, Kerry Glenn. They both know each other.
Yeah, Kerry's cool, man.
Yeah, but can you think you can outcook him?
Look here. I know Kerry,
He's watching.
I know Kerry, can throw down, But I think I could take care. I think I could take him.
You see how Chef was trying to be? Look, he didn't get the name Chef Irie because he didn't know how to cook. This guy can really, and so I always tell people when I played Chef, if I didn't care who it was, you asked me, was I better than them? I'm the best thing smoking. It didn't matter. So you gotta have a lot more confidence in yourself.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Don't let Kerry come in here. You have a culinary degree.
Well, I could, let him think that he's great, and then just squash him like a bug.
Like I say, that's one thing you're different than me. But we're gonna take a call for my buddy Chef Irie. We have a call on the line.
Oh, cool.
The caller couldn't wait and stay on the line because it came a little earlier. Asking Chef, give us a couple of good Jamaican tailgate recipes, and how does Red Stripe beer fit in it?
Wow. Okay, so jerk turkey burger would be a good thing because people are trying to eat healthy, or a regular burger. You can do wings. Everybody loves wings. Why? Because you can cook them, pick them up, eat 1, 2, 3, a dozen maybe. Those are always good. Lobster rolls are good for the tailgate. Ribs. Everybody loves ribs. So whether they're spicy ribs, and to me, the best part of the ribs is, you gotta have a good barbecue sauce. You gotta have a good barbecue sauce. I'm saying, a nice, sweet and succulent barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying?
The sauce makes
it. Yeah.
It makes it.
Yes.
But listen what you said.
What I say?
The Red Stripe makes everything taste better.
After. See, when you take a bite of the ribs, a bite of that burger, a bite of them wings, yum, chomp, 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 and then you got a nice, cold Red Stripe on the back.
But I'm always with you. I have to have the Red Stripe before I drink. I drink before I eat your food.
Sierra cooks cook. See, you can have the Red Stripe before, and if you're a really good cook, then you can use some of that Red Stripe in as you base them ribs. So you're drinking, you're cooking with Red Stripe, and you're having some Red Stripe at the end.
See, that's how you do it.
Of course.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to another caller.
This is off the website, and it's 2-minute warning with Benny Blades.
Okay.
And that we're asking Chef is, can you help us out with a healthy recipe while staying sheltered in place?
Wow. Man. Besides this dish that we just had here, it all depends on what you have in your pantry right now, and I think a lot of people are scrambling to sort of either repurpose the pantry items. So chicken, if you have chicken, is always a good way to go. If you have beans, so chicken, spice, however you're gonna season it up. You want to make those spices nice and robust, though. Not necessarily spicy, but robust. A lot of garlic, a lot of rosemary, a lot of some ginger, onion powder. Make it nice and flavorful. If you have a grill pan at home, grill pans are really cool. And one of the things that's been through the whole staying at home thing, people want to eat, but they still want to eat healthy. Because this 5-minute trip to the refrigerator every 5 minutes, yes, it does this to you.
You get a Benny Blades.
Yes. If you have so canned goods, are our friend. Black beans. So you make some either black bean salsa, a black bean stew, or any other beans that you have in can. You can repurpose those and make those into a salsa or a stew. And grilled pan chicken with a bean or a black bean salsa or a stew.
Most of those take just about how much time to make?
If you got like about an hour or so.
An hour?
Yeah, because you gotta season it up, you gotta cut up the vegetables and stuff like that. Chicken doesn't take that long to cook, especially chicken breasts. It doesn't take that long to cook. And because we're staying at home, we're buying things that are not going to perish, very quickly. So you utilize your canned goods, and that's a good way to utilize your canned goods.
Okay, so if I'm going to the store, what are some good beans in a can that I should buy that's gonna
make it good?
Yeah.
All right. So black beans, like I just mentioned, are a good source of protein. Butter beans, yes. And if I may say, buy Grace butter beans, they're good. Pigeon peas, black-eyed peas, those are good, really good source of legume protein to use. Garbanzo beans, they're really good. So you can make a curried garbanzo stew. Add some sweet potatoes, some onions, some green onions, some cilantro, add a little Old Bay in that, some onion powder, garlic powder, curry powder, and you're good to go. All right?
See?
And that's a nice vegetarian and a nice vegan dish to make.
This is what I'm talking about. I had to have a chef on here because now I'm in the mind frame right now, chef. I got to lose about 30 to 40 pounds.
Okay. I got to lose about 10 pounds myself too, because this COVID thing was just, I was drinking, eating,
And so people always say, well, it's two things you got to give up.
Okay.
Me and my red stripe, I can't give that up.
Oh, well, darn.
So
I guess you're going to be walking in the mornings.
So, there you go. I got to exercise a little bit more, And
Yeah,
so,
the exercise is because a lot of us were staying in. And what I find now, because things have sort of opened up, people aren't doing the things that they were doing when they were locked down. Right. Nobody's out walking like they used to. You don't see families out in the streets anymore.
Yeah,
everybody's in their car and everybody's driving everybody else crazy.
It's all of a sudden people forgot that we're still in the pandemic.
Yeah, we're still in the pandemic,
all right,
man.
One last call before I get to the NFL news for today.
And this should bring it right into the NFL news. Chef, if you're allowed to share any athletes that you can tell us who you do work with.
Well, I didn't get permission from you, but I am currently working with an athlete here that's staying here in South Florida for the time being. Plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. In the past, I've worked, with Dolphin players, and we talked about earlier, the Heat players. Played. Chalmers is one. Yes. Yes. Yeah, but so my time, with has always been great. And one of the things I've been blessed, I think, the athletes that I've worked with, they've all been very down to earth.
Okay.
Lamar Odom was one of my first clients, back in the day, and I tell my friends, the very first day that I met him, in the kitchen, came home from practice. I'm in the kitchen, I'm in the fridge, and, close the fridge, and he's there standing up. I'm 6'3", but he's
6'11".
Like 6'11", and he's just standing there. And he just says, "Yo, what up, chef?" And I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" Because it's the first time I'm meeting him, and that quickly just went from meeting your client to, meeting, a star on the Miami Heat, basketball team, to being what you're there for, to cook the meal.
There you go. Because you definitely have to be a chef.
Yes, you have to maintain that professionalism.
You cannot allow, and I tell people all the time, my diet in today's game wouldn't have worked because
Little Debbie,
no, these young kids now, they have dietitians, nutritionists, and everything else, and so my diet wouldn't have worked then, now, or any other time. So don't use the Benny Blaze diet. But in NFL news, my old team, the Detroit Lions. I tell people all the time, Chef, that Mr. Ford won that team in a poker game. And I'm glad to see that now. His wife has now passed it down to his daughter. And so now the Ford organization will forever stay in the family,
right,
which was a good move. And just yesterday, I was reading, one of your hopefully new clients, and I hope it's not him, but he has agreed not to play Mr. Jones if he doesn't get 20+ million a year as opposed to the 16.1 he's due. So that leads me to the next NFL news. Cam Newton, who's an NFL MVP, has to play for the league minimum. And I tell people that is, to me, outrageous that you have a former MVP that has to play for the league minimum, and this is not what the league has been intended for. But next week, I'll talk a little bit more. I'm glad to have you on. I'll talk a little bit more to my next guest, Patrick Surtain, and we'll talk football with him. Yeah. I was glad cooking with you. Yeah. You know, because me and you're gonna help me get this down to where
we can work on that for sure. Right? We can definitely work on that.
I welcome Chef, and thank you for watching the Benny Blades 2-minute warning. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Anton Steinhardt, founder of Wines for Humanity, is proud to team with Black Shiraz partner and former NFL star Benny Blades to assist in his Benny Blades 36 Foundation in helping children with special needs. Go to winesforhumanity.com, look for the 3 20% off wine specials, make your selection, and use the code BB36F20. Please join the team through winesforhumanity.com or call Dana Lisa Torres at 561-445-7066. Thank you.
Zodiac Vodka is an American-made, all-natural, gluten-free potato vodka. Only 2% of vodka is made from potatoes. We use regionally grown potatoes and water from the Snake River Aquifer. We start with the best agriculture to make a superior product. It is rapidly growing as a bartender's choice drink. Go to ZodiacSpirits.com to find your cocktail. Remember, must be 21 years or older. Drink responsibly. ZodiacSpirits.com.
His abilities as a dry cleaner are so undeniable, Dry Clean Only tags have his phone number printed on the back. Stubborn stains sometimes call him late at night just to apologize. His pickup and delivery service is so fast, his vans have pit crews. He is the most interesting dry cleaner in the world.
You don't always dry clean, but when you do, use A&T Dry Cleaners. Stay dirty, my friends.